The South Today Bulletin, proudly brought to you in association with MoleMap, the skin cancer detection specialists.
Tonight on the South Today, Otago University works to help native forests with some clever balls that look like candy. Central Otago hosts a popular woolly fashion show again, designers showing off their stylish warm designs. And hundreds of people hit the streets in Queenstown for a surprise performance of jive dancing. Kia ora, good evening, I'm Hannah Wilkins. If you walked into Otago University's botany department, you may be surprised to find hundreds of black jelly beans on a desk. But they're not actually jelly beans at all. They're small balls which combine biology and technology with the goal of restoring native forests.
They may look like wine gums, but these clay balls are actually filled with kahikatea and totara seeds. Researchers from Otago University are on a mission to restore native tree populations in New Zealand using these tiny seed pods. They are collaborating with the Ministry for the Environment, Department of Conservation and Envico Technologies, a company developing seed dispersing drones.
It's really difficult to get into rugged parts of the country. Drone technology gives us this wonderful opportunity to fly drones into inaccessible areas and drop seeds.
But Botany Associate Professor Janice Lord says seeds alone would just fly away, so tasked her postgrad students with finding the perfect ratio of clay and organic matter for a protective pod. She says dispersing the seed pods would help convert unproductive land into native forest. It also has the potential to restore landslips caused by flooding.
The slip needs to have stopped moving first. You know, that's one of the major problems with all of the devastation up north, that some of those slips are still moving. But just getting something on it to start stabilising those topsoil layers is really, really important.
Southland's Waituna Lagoon is one of a number of field test sites being used for the seed pods, the team hoping to play a role in establishing diverse native forests to help restore the country's ecosystem. In Dunedin, the South Today.
A new Dunedin hospital building could be on the cards following backlash around planned cuts to the southern pathology space. The Labour government is now proposing a stand-alone building for pathology services after conducting a review following criticism of cutbacks to the new development. $90 million in cuts to the new Dunedin hospital build were revealed late last year, reducing the space of the pathology department by almost 1,000 square metres. Labour also scrapped plans for a new interprofessional learning complex, despite a report outlining options for repurposing the current Dunedin hospital for education. The proposed new pathology department is being peer-reviewed by experts before the government makes its decision, but there are no plans around reusing the current Dunedin hospital once the new one is built. Wintry fashion was showcased in Central Otago over the weekend as a popular local event made a triumphant return. The Wool-On fashion show hit the runway in Tarras for what could be the last time, with the event's future location hanging in the balance.
Being a sheep usually means you are following the crowd, but these sheep-inspired garments will tell you otherwise. The annual Wool-On creative fashion event returned in Central Otago over the weekend after being cancelled due to uncertainties with COVID-19 last year. The fashion show requires the garments to be made of at least 75% wool in an effort to celebrate the merino fibre the region is known for.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible to have this here in this part of the world, and yeah, small town, Central Otago, so yeah, it's really great.
A wide range of designs were strutted down the runway at the two-day event, with entrants ranging from fashion students to seasoned designers. But it was Central Otago local Jane Avery who managed to take out the Supreme Award, also claiming People's Choice on both nights, with her beaded merino felt collection titled Heartfelt.
Yes, I'm thrilled. Yes, it's amazing to see such a wonderful result for my coats.
The Wool-On fashion show has become a must-see on the Central Otago calendar, with the popular event starting to outgrow its shell.
Our audiences are pretty much filling up the capacity of this room, so we can't really go any bigger here, but we would like to go bigger.
Organisers are unsure where they will host the event next year to cater for its growth, but aren't ruling out returning to the canyon at Tarras Vineyards for its beautiful Central Otago backdrop. In Tarras, the South Today.
It was a race to complete a classic puzzle toy over the weekend as competitors took part in an event focused on the Rubik's Cube in Dunedin.
Around 30 people from around the South Island put their fast hands and quick reflexes to the test at a Rubik's Cube event in Green Island. Speed cubing's been growing in popularity in New Zealand, starting as a small annual gathering in Wellington and now featuring regional events across the country. The World Cube Association event was open to anyone, with contestants divided into open pools across 10 different events, each person getting 5 attempts at solving the cubes as quickly as they can.
You get rid of your best time, your worst time, you average the middle 3, and that's how we rank everyone. So you rank it on average and you try and win.
Christchurch's Jasper Murray spun his way to victory with his average time in completing the Rubik's Cube an impressive 7 seconds. In Dunedin, the South Today.
Hundreds of people put their dancing shoes on over the weekend, demonstrating their skills with a surprise performance alongside Queenstown's waterfront. The Jive and Thrive Flash Mob was the finale to a weekend of workshops, parties and performances.
This flash mob along the Queenstown waterfront is drawing a crowd on Sunday morning, wrapping up the 3rd annual Jive and Thrive this weekend. The street dance in the middle of the resort town is only the finale of the weekend-long event, with over 100 dancers and instructors coming together from across the country for rehearsals, workshops and nights of dancing.
Had dancers come from all over the country, over 100 dancers, and we've been doing workshops, performances, a fun competition. It's very inclusive, very good fun, and we had free classes for the community as well, and we were all raising money for Headlight, a mental health charity here in Queenstown.
Jive and Thrive co-organiser Emma Dagg says the event is to bring the joy of dance to as many people as possible and to encourage them to learn and take part in modern jive.
Yeah, we teach modern jive, which is basically probably the easiest partner dance to learn. It's walking to music. And the lovely thing is you can dance to anything pretty much.
They say with the event's success, they hope to bring the weekend of partner dancing back to Queenstown in 2024. And for those who just can't get enough of the easy-to-learn dances, Emma Dagg also runs weekly modern jive classes in Te Ata Mera. In Queenstown, the South Today.
Whaiakere, still to come on the South Today. A Southland teen with an International Taekwondo Championship podium finish prepares for his next. And usually reserved for the low-lying flat pockets of New Zealand, curling goes high altitude at Cadrona.
Great Britain has a collection of varied landscapes and countryside to rival anywhere else in the world. And the best way to see it is to walk.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
The sun may be lower in the sky, but that doesn't lower the risk from skin cancer. Melanoma doesn't care about the season and will continue growing regardless. Don't let shorter days shorten your days. Book a full body mole map now.
Aero, used by Australia's top bowlers with their unique Z-scoop grip that redefines the game. Machined with robotics for unparalleled accuracy, Aero, same line, every time.
A poorly maintained heat pump can lose up to 35% of its output. The Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner team are experts. Their specially developed chemical wash is totally biodegradable. Call Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner and get the job done by the professionals.
Here at At Aged Concern Otago, we offer a range of services to support Otago seniors to age well with dignity and independence. We provide social work support, visiting service, health promotion and social activities. Check out what we have on offer at agedconcernotago.com.
Earth is a planet of extremes. Extreme places and extreme animals. But some animals are more extreme than others. Join us as we count down to find the most unusual, the most extraordinary, the most extreme.
Tēnā koe, welcome back. Sporting success is continuing in Southland, with an Invercargill teenager taking third place at an international taekwondo championship. Now, teenager Noah Smith is back home and training hard for his next big competition.
Invercargill's Noah Smith is putting in the legwork to try and become the best in his sport. The 16-year-old taekwondo athlete has already represented New Zealand overseas, winning bronze in Australia recently, after coming third in the Oceania Taekwondo President's Cup. The event's one of the main competitions for Oceania athletes, and a crucial opportunity to gain significant world ranking points.
Yeah, it's a big honour to represent New Zealand and Southland, and you get noticed for it everywhere, so it's nice.
Taekwondo's been a part of Smith's life for as long as he can remember. All of his brothers do it, and both of his parents are black belts in the sport. He says he's been practicing since the age of 6, currently training 3 times a week at XL Performance Taekwondo, along with putting in extra work at home.
When I'm training, I'm really happy, and especially when I'm travelling and going overseas, getting the experience. It's just always fun, especially when you have your family and friends there, always having a fun time.
The teenager competed in Tahiti last year, achieving third place in 3 competitions, but he admits the Oceanias were the most nerve-wracking of the lot. The President's Cup medal was Smith's best result yet, and his Taekwondo master believes it's a good stepping stone for his development.
We don't have the competition or the numbers like they do overseas, so for us to get over there, it's sort of invaluable, the experience on the mat, and to have that time on the mat with the top athletes is really important.
Smith's now focused on next year's Junior World Champs in Korea, another step on his dream of one day scoring a spot at the Olympics. In Invercargill, the South Today.
When you think of the snowy mountain of Cardrona, you'll probably imagine skiing or snowboarding. But there's another sport now taking to the ice on the mountaintops, with curling players testing their skills at high altitude.
Making the most of a white winter's day in central Otago, these curlers are brushing up their skills, taking part in the Curling at Altitude competition. Those involved say it's the biggest outdoor curling event of the year. The icy contest's being held at the Snow Farm in the Cardrona Valley, an exclusive event featuring invited curling teams from around the region.
We're from Mount Ida Club in Naseby, initially formed 1867. One of the oldest clubs in the country. What's happening? Hang on.
This area of the snow farm's usually used for commercial car testing. The Southern Proving Grounds only allows this special competition one day a year. The curling clubs were given just 2 days' notice to assemble teams for the tournament, around 120 keen sports people hitting the ice for the big day out.
And then at the end of the day we'll have our prize giving and then go down to our club rooms down in the valley and just have a quiet sausage and a scotch. And that's what the day's about.
It's the first time the event's been able to be held for almost 4 years. The Central Otago weather putting on a good show for this premium event. In the Cardrona Valley, the South Today.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on the South Today. Otago University researchers have been developing seed pods to help grow native forests in hard-to-reach areas. Central Otago's woolliest fashions were showcased on the runway at the popular Wool-On Creative Fashion Show. And hundreds of dancers took part in a Queenstown waterfront flash mob as the finale to the Jive and Thrive event. And now a look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT. We welcome Associate Editor Mike Houlihan. Hello Mike.
Evening, Hannah.
What can we expect in the Tuesday paper?
Well, the government just announced it's going to lift all COVID-19 restrictions from midnight tonight.
Right.
So we'll be talking to some doctors and some clinicians as to what that means for them and whether they think it's a good idea or not.
Okay.
Speaking of whether it's a good idea or not, we're also looking at Labor's proposal to drop GST off food and vegetables and get the expert opinion on that idea as well. The DCC today was briefed on climate change in South Dunedin, so we've got a story looking at what they were told.
Okay.
I've also got a piece from a QLDC decision about intensification of dwellings at Lake Hawea.
Right.
And we have our travel section, which has someone going for an intrepid tramp through the outback of Australia.
Lovely. All right, thank you for sharing, Mike.
Thank you.
Time now for a look at the weather.
The South Today weather, proudly brought to you by MoleMap, the skin cancer detection specialists.
Looking at the situation, a series of low-pressure systems will move over southern districts this week, bringing changeable weather, often showery on the south coast, but generally fine everywhere else. Heading to the top of the South Island, it's looking fine with westerlies and 15 up in Nelson tomorrow. Greymouth's good too with fresh winds and 14, but watch out for a few showers. Then to Christchurch, it'll be a 17-degree day with some high cloud and northerlies. Travelling to South Canterbury and North Otago. It's a similar story across the board in these main towns tomorrow with high cloud and northerlies about, with 16 on the way for Ashburton and Timaru, 15 for Oamaru. Heading westwards to the Central Lakes. Late showers and nor'westerlies through here tomorrow with 13-degree highs for Queenstown and Wanaka, and warmer in Alexandra with 16. Heading further south. While it's wet and windy for Gore and Balclutha tomorrow, it should be dry with nor'easterlies and high cloud on the coast in the Catlins with 13-degree highs across the board. And across to Invercargill, showers tonight with light winds as it drops to 6. Then tomorrow and Wednesday both look cloudy with brief pockets of showers between sunny dry spots. Expect a high of 13 tomorrow, followed by 12 degrees on Wednesday. And finally heading to Dunedin. Some cloud tonight with northerlies and a low of 4. Tuesday looks fine with high cloud, nor'easterlies and 14 degrees. Then Wednesday brings fresh southwesterlies with cloud and a few light showers, heading for 12 as the high. And that's the news this Monday. For the latest news and videos from the southern region, head online to odt.co.nz. You can follow Channel 39 on YouTube to catch our news bulletins on demand, and we're also on Facebook. Just search for the South Today NZ to see our favourite stories from around the regions. We'll see you again tomorrow. Ka kite o popo.
Public interest journalism funded through New Zealand On Air.
The South Today Bulletin, proudly brought to you in association with MoleMap, the skin cancer detection specialists.
Living Well Disability Resource Centre, a not-for-profit charitable organisation and your one-stop shop for information and resources to help you retain independence. We offer a wide range of assistive products from jar openers to mobility scooters and provide assessments for Total Mobility, the half-price taxi scheme. Come and see the friendly team. You'll find us on the corner of George and Bath Streets, ground floor of Burns House.
UPVC Windows and Doors is a local Dunedin company who manufacture, install and service everything they make. Sign up this month for a free glass upgrade. Call UPVC Windows and Doors today. Every day the team at Gillian supports grieving families at their time of need. From answering your questions to organising a farewell that reflects the wishes of your loved one, we can help. Call Gillian's today. If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.